Thank you for watching this training module. If you are watching this module, it is assumed that you have already watched Module 1. If you have not yet done so, please watch Module 1 first, as it will provide an overview of this process. In this session, I'm going to work on a handbag. To keep it brief, in this module, I'm going to touch upon only those aspects of this PID that are different from other items in previous modules. I'm also going to provide a few shortcuts and helpful hints along the way. As always, I will first look at the photos. For a handbag, the region photographer should always include a photo that shows the interior or opening of the handbag. I can see that they have included such a photo. That will help me to describe the bag accurately. You will notice that this handbag is from the Andes region, so the region product information will be in Spanish. You are welcome to work on items from our Spanish-speaking regions if you feel comfortable with translation. Otherwise, you'll be better off sticking to those written in English. The regions that enter product information in Spanish are Mexico, Peru, and Guatemala. Brazil submits product information in Portuguese. The remainder of our regions enters product information in English. For this module, I'm going to skip over the title sections and just point out the size info section. You will notice that there are 3 lines for the sizes. For a handbag with straps, we should always have 3 size lines, one for the size of the bag itself, one for the strap length and width, and one for the drop length, or the distance between the top of the strap and the top of the bag. So I will title these sizes as bag, strap, and strap drop length. I click on Update Labels, and I can close that window. If the handbag happened to be one that had adjustable length straps, then the region should provide the strap and drop length sizes as a size range, with a minimum length and a maximum length for both the strap and the drop length. Now I'm going to move down to materials. The region has listed the materials as 50% wool and 50% acrylic. However, it appears to me that the strap is made of something else, perhaps either leather or polyurethane. In a situation like this, where you have a question or need additional information about the product, you can send the item back to the region team. To do that, what you will do is type your question in the Question to Region field at the bottom of the product box. If I leave the product status as pending and there is a note in the Question to Region box, then when I click on Process, the product will be bounced back to the region so that they can respond to my question. It does not matter if I have already completed some of the fields. That information will not be lost. You can send a question to the region at any point during the process. Now I'm going to send a question to the region, so I type in, please clarify materials. What are these straps made of, please? Before I click on Process, however, and bounce this PID back to the Andes team, I want to show you a couple of other things. You will notice that in this case, next to the related link, it shows a count of 3, indicating that there are 3 related items that are linked to this product. Related items are linked by the regions. If I want to look at those items, I can click on the blue Related link. A new window will open where I can see those related PIDs. Related items can be very helpful. For one thing, they can help ensure consistency in our descriptions and titling. Also, they can make the process more efficient. While we try not to copy product descriptions verbatim, you can definitely make use of verbiage that has been used on the similar product. So, if I click on the Edit link for the first related item, another window will open that shows that product's complete profile. Assuming that the items are indeed similar, I might choose to make use of some of the description on the handbag I am working on. Just be sure to change any details that may not be consistent across the products. If I need a product title, I can also leverage the related item product title. I won't use the same title, of course, but I can come up with a similar title that highlights the fact that the bags are the same pattern. So, for example, Since the related bag is called Andean Paths, I think I'll use Andean Journey. Just be sure to check that title on the title checker first to make sure that it is not already in use. I type in Andean Journey and click on Submit. And I come up with a hit count of 0, so I'm in luck. The title is not being used, so I can use that on my product. If I wanted to leverage the description on the related handbag to create my description, I can copy and paste it into my LD field. However, it's very important that you change any necessary fields so that you are accurately describing your product. Here, for example, I'm going to change bucket bag to shoulder bag. It does not look like I need to change any other text, but I can add to my LD the fact that the handbag has an outer pocket with a magnetic snap closure as mentioned in the region product info. Also, the bag itself closes with a zipper. For the purposes of keeping this module brief, I'm going to skip over the short description and the eBay title. For the bullets on a handbag, I will want to include the fact that it has a zipper closure. However, I'm just going to show you a handy shortcut first. When you open the bullets window, you'll notice that at the bottom is a field that says Copy all bullets from PID. If there's another PID that has exactly the same bullets that I want to use on my PID, I can enter the other PID number in this field and click on Copy. In this case, it will not help me because the related PID has different bullets than apply here. The other bag has adjustable straps and closes with a drawstring. So we won't be able to use that trick here. If you do use the bullet copy feature, just be sure to add or delete bullets as needed to ensure you're describing your product accurately. Now I've reached aspects and I notice that the category is pre-filled as accessories. That is incorrect as we have a separate category for handbags. But that's no big deal because I can change that category before I add the aspects. But I'm going to show you another time-saving trick. When I click on Aspects, you can see a field at the top of the window that says Copy TLC Aspects from PID. I can use this field if I want to copy over the aspect values from one product to another, if they happen to have the same attributes. The way I do that is to type in the PID from which I want to copy and click on that button. The aspects from the other PID will then be copied over to your PID. If you use this copy feature, just be sure to change or delete any aspects that may not apply to your item. Anyway, I'm going to stop at this point because I want to send my question to the Andes team before I proceed any further. So I'll simply click on Process. And this PID will disappear from my work list and go back into the region's work list. When they respond, the PID will return to my work list and I can continue.